A 20-minute story. This is John with Avoice Podcast News. Welcome to the drive-thru of destiny. A true American tale told with a little flavor, a little nostalgia, and just the right amount of melted cheese. I'm Avoice, your host, and today, we're taking a juicy bite into the story of a fast food icon that's as beloved as it is mysterious, In-N-Out Burger. Grab your shake, settle in, and maybe, just maybe, you'll start craving a double-double by the time we're done. It's a sun-drenched California evening. The kind where palm trees cast long shadows and the breeze smells faintly of ocean and summer memories. In a cherry-red convertible Mustang, driving east from LAX, is Ben Foster. He's a 32-year-old food writer from New York, and he's come to California on a mission. Not for tacos. Not for avocado toast. He's here to find out what makes an In-N-Out Burger more than just a burger joint, why it's become a cultural obsession. And his first stop? Baldwin Park. The birthplace of it all. In 1948, Harry and Esther Snyder opened the very first In-N-Out Burger stand here in Baldwin Park. Back then, it was a tiny drive-thru with no dining area, just a walk-up window and a revolutionary idea. A two-way speaker box that let customers order without leaving their car. That may seem basic today, but back then, that was next-level innovation. The Snyders had a dream, to serve the highest quality burgers, fries, and drinks. Fast, but with care. No freezers. No microwaves. Just fresh food, honest service, and a clean white uniform. Ben steps out of his rental car and is greeted by Lucy Snyder, the founder's granddaughter. She still wears the iconic white paper hat and that crisp red apron, not for show, but because she works here. My grandparents didn't just start a restaurant, she tells Ben. They started a philosophy. She hands him a double-double. Toasted bun, melted cheese, fresh lettuce, tomato, onion, and of course, the secret spread. As he bites into it, the outside world fades. The crunch, the flavor, it's like every road trip, summer night, and post-beach meal rolled into one. That's the magic, Lucy smiles. Every time, it tastes like home. Over the next 10 days, Ben becomes a burger pilgrim. He travels north through California, hitting In-N-Out locations in Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, San Jose, and Redding. He talks to customers in line. There's Kyle, a surfer in Santa Cruz, who says, "It's the vibe, dude. It's real. They don't mess around. No ads. No influencers. Just meat, cheese, and happiness." Ben notices it's true. In-N-Out never runs TV commercials. They don't bombard you with flashy marketing. Yet somehow, everyone knows about it. Even in Nevada and Arizona, the brand is worshipped like a regional treasure. There's a quiet reverence to the line. People are patient. Grateful. Hungry, not just for food, but for the feeling. And that's the thing. In-N-Out isn't about speed. It's about care. Burgers are cooked to order. Fries are sliced by hand. Every tomato is sliced that day. Every patty is fresh. And the employees? Paid better than almost anywhere else in fast food. Smiles here feel real. In a world obsessed with going viral, In-N-Out chose a different path: consistency. Back on the road, Ben dives into the not-so-secret menu. Animal-style fries, with grilled onions, cheese, and that secret sauce. A 3x3, 3 patties, 3 slices of cheese. And of course, the Neapolitan shake, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry all swirled into one creamy miracle. And then there's the packaging. Ever noticed the Bible verses? Subtle but present. On the bottom of every cup is John chapter 3 verse 16. On the fry boats, Proverbs chapter 24 verse 16. Faith was part of the foundation, just like fresh ingredients and family values. By the 2000s, In-N-Out had achieved cult status. Celebrities sang its praises. Secret menu items became internet lore. And yet, the company stayed family-owned. No franchising. No stockholders. Just a promise. Only grow when quality can be maintained. That's why you won't find In-N-Out in New York or Florida, yet. The ingredients are sourced fresh daily. The distribution centers are tightly controlled. If a new location can't be supported with the same quality, they simply don't open it. Ben's final stop is Austin, Texas, one of the newer homes of In-N-Out. At the bustling location, a young girl bites into her first cheeseburger. Her eyes go wide. Her mom smiles, they just moved from California. Tastes like home, she whispers. Ben interviews the store manager, a woman who transferred from San Diego. We don't just open stores, she says. We build teams, families. You start on fries, but you can rise. I did. On his final night, Ben drives back to Baldwin Park. He walks up to the familiar white building, orders a cheeseburger, fries, and a vanilla shake, and sits alone at a red bench under the neon arrow. The air is warm. The fries are hot. The burger tastes exactly like it did 10 days ago. And that's the point. In-N-Out isn't about surprise. It's about trust. It's about knowing that no matter where you are, when you bite into that burger, you're tasting something unchanged. Something consistent. Something deeply, undeniably American. Later that night, Ben opens his laptop and types the first sentence of the article he's been mentally writing the whole trip. In-N-Out isn't just a burger joint. It's a time machine, a family business, a promise kept hot and fresh for 75 years. And just like that, his story begins. Because in a world that's always changing, one thing's still the same. A great burger, made the right way, can be unforgettable. And that's the end of our journey. Thanks for joining me on this story through time, fries, and family legacy. I'm Avoice, and this has been the drive-thru of destiny. See you in the next episode, or maybe in the drive-thru line. It was a warm California evening, the kind where the golden hour seems to stretch on forever. The sun hung low over the palm trees, bathing everything in gold, and the scent of grilled beef and toasted buns drifted lazily through the air like a gentle promise. Just off the I-10 in Baldwin Park, the original home of In-N-Out Burger, the place looked almost like a shrine to simplicity. Red and white awnings, a glowing neon arrow, and a line of cars that never seemed to end. Ben Foster, a 32-year-old food journalist from New York, had arrived in LA on what he called a burger pilgrimage. He wasn't here to chase the latest culinary fad or write about Michelin-starred chefs. No, this trip had a singular purpose: to explore the legendary fast food chain known across the American West as In-N-Out Burger. Founded in 1948 by Harry and Esther Snyder, the first In-N-Out was more of a tiny stand than a restaurant, with no dining room and just enough space to fry burgers and dreams. But it had one thing no one else had: a two-way speaker box installed by Harry himself, letting customers order from the comfort of their car. The first true drive-thru. Revolutionary then. Still charming now. Ben's first stop was right here, where it all began in Baldwin Park. Though the original stand no longer existed, there was a replica built just down the street, carefully restored, almost museum-like. But next door was the real thing. A bustling, modern In-N-Out, where the past and present collided over fresh beef and hand-cut fries. It was here that he met Lucy Snyder, Harry and Esther's granddaughter, who wore the company cap and crisp white uniform with pride and ease. She greeted him like an old friend and handed him a double-double wrapped in paper. "My grandparents built something simple," she said, "but they built it right. No freezers, no microwaves. Everything fresh, always." She told him how the original menu had only a few items: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries, and drinks. And how even now, nearly 8 decades later, not much had changed. "We're not trying to be the biggest," she said. "We're just trying to be the best." As he bit into the burger, the lettuce crisp, tomato juicy, patty sizzling with flavor, Ben couldn't help but smile. This wasn't hype. This was balance. It was like California sunshine had been sandwiched between two buns. For the next week, Ben drove across California, from San Diego up to Redding, with detours in Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Every In-N-Out was packed, not just with locals, but with tourists, truckers, students, and families. The food was always consistent. The lines never lied. At one location, he met a surfer named Kyle, mid-20s, sun-kissed, leaning against his longboard with a chocolate shake in hand. "People ask me why I come here after every session," Kyle said. "And it's not just the food, bro. It's the vibe. It's simple. It's real. No BS." Indeed, there was something almost spiritual about the uniformity. Every location looked similar. Every menu had that unassuming red text. And yet, underneath the standard surface lay a secret world. The fabled not-so-secret menu. Animal style. Fries loaded with cheese, grilled onions, and spread. A 4x4, towering with patties and cheese. Milkshakes swirled into Neapolitan masterpieces. Ben tried it all, documenting his findings like a food archaeologist uncovering sacred texts. Employees, too, were strikingly happy. Most fast food joints had a revolving door of workers who looked like they wanted to be anywhere else. But in In-N-Out? Smiles were genuine. They were paid well above minimum wage. Promotions came from within. Ben met shift managers who started as fry cooks. It wasn't just a job, for many, it was a career path. He learned about the subtle Bible verses printed discreetly on the cups and wrappers, a nod to the founder's faith. He marveled at how the company had never gone public, never franchised, a family business to this day, growing only when they could ensure quality. He visited the warehouses where fresh potatoes were shipped daily. No frozen fries here. Just real ones, peeled and sliced in-house. Eventually, his journey took him east, to Arizona, Nevada, and finally Texas, where In-N-Out had begun to venture in more recent years. In Austin, he found a newly opened location with a line out the door. Some Texans were skeptical, loyal to their own hometown chain. "It ain't Whataburger," one guy said with a shrug. But when Ben watched a young girl take her first bite of an In-N-Out cheeseburger, her eyes went wide, and her smile said it all. He sat down with the store manager, a woman who had relocated from California to help train the team. "It's not just a restaurant," she told him. "It's a culture. And we don't grow fast because we want to protect that." Ben nodded. He understood now. In a world of expansion at all costs, In-N-Out had taken the opposite route. They chose to stay regional, to expand slowly, to keep everything under tight control. They weren't trying to be everywhere. They were trying to be excellent, wherever they were. After nearly 2 weeks on the road, Ben returned to Baldwin Park. It felt like coming home. He walked into the familiar red and white haven, ordered a cheeseburger, fries, and a vanilla shake, and sat at one of the red picnic tables outside. The same warm breeze. The same low hum of cars idling in the drive-thru. The same golden sunset that had greeted him on his first night. He didn't take photos. He didn't pull out his notebook. He just ate. The burger tasted exactly like the first one. And that was the point. In-N-Out wasn't about novelty. It was about reliability, integrity, and the quiet joy of doing one thing really, really well. Later that night, in his hotel room, he opened his laptop and typed the first sentence of the story he'd been crafting in his mind the whole time. In-N-Out isn't just a burger joint. It's a time machine, a family business, a promise kept hot and fresh for 75 years. He leaned back, full in both stomach and spirit. Because in a world that changed constantly, here was a place that didn't need to. It was just a burger. But it was also so much more.